Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Kyle, this is Kyle Plays Games, and I am back. It's been a little while since I played Flight Simulator, but I'm very much looking forward to restarting this series, starting it back up again, however you want to say it. But the previous video, in 1 hour flight number 15, we flew into Grand Rapids, Michigan, so now we're going to fly out of Grand Rapids and head into Eau Claire, Wisconsin, because that is within the 1 hour flight plan, and that is where we're going to be heading off to. I couldn't really find any other place, maybe Green Bay, but that was maybe like a half hour, so that wasn't going to quite work out. So Eau Claire it is. We'll do a low altitude airways. We got a morning flight going on here. I think that's what it's going to be. Either that or it's going to be an afternoon one at 1:01. I will find out once we load it up. Either way, I'll be happy with whatever we get. So I'm going to click on fly and get this video going, because I know how long these videos can go. As it loads up, I ask you please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think about the video in the comments down below. And if you'd like to watch any of these videos happen live, a link is in the description down below for my Twitch channel, and be sure to follow along on that so you do not miss out when I go live. And if you'd like to help contribute to the channel in other ways, there are a few links in the description as well. And if you do contribute in those ways, I will in turn add your username to the end screen of future videos to show that you supported the video, support the channel, and I appreciate your support. Okay, so it is 1:03 p.m. flight. Good enough for me. Afternoon flight.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left.
Let's do this. We're going to get out of that cockpit again there, and let's release that parking brake, and let's apply full throttle, and let's head on out to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We got full throttle. We're getting up to speed slowly, but we're getting up there. I think we'll be able to take off at about 140 maybe. We got enough of a runway to handle it. Yep, it was about 140. I'd say about 135 was the actual speed that said I could lift off at. Raise that landing gear.
Airbus tree 20 contact departure on 124.6. Good day.
Close those flaps.
124.6.
Get the altitude.
For Airbus tree 20. Departure Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 is passing 2,000 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20, departure altimeter 29.902. Continue to GTCH as planned.
Alright, we're going to set the autopilot already, and let's get to our first destination marker. We are going to be climbing up to 10,000 feet. That's definitely a sharp turn to get to where we need to be. I'll make sure they said that correctly. Yeah. We are good. We're heading in the right direction.
Airbus tree 20 contact Chicago Center on 134.905. Good day.
Take a look below us.
134.905 Airbus tree 20. Chicago Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 is at 8,500 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Look below us again. We got part of Grand Rapids.
Chicago Center altimeter 29.902. Continue to GTCH as planned.
It's going to see the overhead view for a little while.
Contact Chicago Center on 128.5. Good day.
If you get vertigo from this, I apologize, but I'm just enjoying the view of seeing Grand Rapids right below us.
Chicago Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 is at 9,800 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20, Chicago Center altimeter 29.902. Continue to GTCH as planned. Airbus tree 20 contact departure on 124.6. Good day.
Over
Definitely
124.6
speeding
for Airbus
over
tree
speed
20.
right now.
Overspeed.
Departure
Let's go
Airbus
slow it
Alpha
down.
Sierra X-ray tree 2010,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray, tree 20, departure altimeter 29.902, continue to GTCH as planned.
Alright, so let's take a look at
Airbus
what
320
our
climb
VFR
and
map
maintain
looks.
flight
Oh,
level 240.
240. Okay, let's do that real quick.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 Airbus tree 20.
Alright, so we're going to start climbing now.
Airbus tree 20, contact Chicago Center on 128.5. Good day.
At least I think it's going to start climbing.
128.5 for Airbus tree 20. Chicago Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 is at 10,000 feet, climbing flight level 240.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray
I really don't think it took it.
30, Chicago Center altimeter 29.902, continue to GTCH as planned.
So are we climbing or no? Yeah, I think we are climbing now. Barely. No, we're not climbing. We're not climbing. We're staying pretty level. Now I think it took it. Now I think we're climbing. Yeah, we're climbing now. Okay, that took a moment for it to recognize my command, but we're climbing now. Could be heading over Lake Michigan momentarily. I forgot even what I was talking about when I got interrupted from the air traffic control telling me about. Oh yeah, I was looking at the VFR map. That's what it was. All right, let's take a look at where our destinations are going to be at when it comes to our flight plan. We're going to be flying. We're just flying over Getz right now. Then we have Gale, that's halfway over Lake Michigan, and so Gale is 48 nautical miles away. Then we have probably the big stretch going to be to Milto. Fallon, and then the airport right there. So we'll probably begin our descent at Milto, if not sooner. So yeah, this one is under an hour, so definitely within our planned flight range. And I actually landed in Wisconsin this time. Wisconsin completely got ignored on the first trip out. I flew from, where was it? It was from the UP of Michigan. I cannot think of what it was called. I apologize ahead of time for forgetting about what the airport was called. But then it was, I'm going to head into the cockpit so I don't blow out my ears. And then I flew into Minneapolis. So that was, an entire state was absolutely forgotten about. Flown over, and then got the request to fly from Minneapolis to Grand Rapids. Granted, my landing was not the best when it came to that end of the flight, and if you haven't seen that video, it's in the playlist. Also, spoiler alert, I guess I should have said that beforehand. However, we're past that point now. And so now, you know, I'm going to still head west. So it was a challenge of trying to find an airport that was west of Grand Rapids that was... Okay, when I say challenge, I mean, like, I know there are multiple different airports between here and Minneapolis.
Chicago Center, generic November 472-9er, 7,000 feet. Generic November 472-9er, Chicago Center altimeter 29.9er, to continue as planned.
However, the rule is in this video series is to fly within 1 hour. So I could have always flown into Milwaukee. That would have been maybe a half-hour flight, but that is not even close to the parameters of 1 hour. I want to keep it around 1 hour. I know I just said, like keep it under an hour, but I really want to keep it, like at or around 1 hour. 50 minutes, hour 10, pushing it, that's about it. I know the flight from Atlanta to Miami was a lot different. I did not judge that correctly, and I apologize if you had to watch that whole thing, but it was a funny one at the end there in order to be able to see how I had to land that aircraft. Now we're flying over Lake Michigan. Let's take a look to see just how we are. Yeah, we're just on the edge. So if I take a look on the outside, yep, there's the last bit of Michigan, and we'll be flying into Wisconsin once we get over and past Lake Michigan. What was I saying here? Was that if I did just like a flight to like Milwaukee, that would have been this like a half hour, if that, and while it's still a short amount of time, it doesn't really fit inside the 1 hour flight that I want to do. So then I checked the other area, the other
Airbus
city I wanted to
climb and maintain flight level 270.
270. Okay.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Airbus 320.
That'll probably be the highest we get before we start making our descent. I'm assuming, but it may take us a little higher. I'm not going to reveal like what city I wanted to fly into, because after this one, fingers crossed here, I hope to be able to fly into that city after this video, and yeah, be able to make up another flight video with flying into where I had planned to do before someone else requested the flight to Grand Rapids, which is totally fine. Like I do ask you guys, hey, if you got a flight plan you want me to take that's within an hour and I could be able to manage it to fit it into this 1 hour flight series, by all means let me know in the comments, and I will love to be able to try to work that in as much as I can. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Okay, all right. It seemed like that we were just like kind of like bottoming out really bad, or like going up and then going down real quick. But we're fine. Autopilot's taking over. We're totally fine. I'm not gonna be out of the cockpit too much until we get over Wisconsin, because there's just no point in like having like this the outside view of just Lake Michigan. I mean, if you like Lake Michigan, hey, good for you. Great. But I really don't feel like having a whole bunch of blue right on the screen. We'll just have the cockpit on the screen for a little bit of time being, for the for the time that we're over Lake Michigan, which I don't know, maybe got about another 15 minutes over it. I'd say 10-15 minutes. Remember, I don't cut out anything from these flight videos, so you're going to see the whole thing. So if you're wanting to skip ahead 15 minutes from now, I mean, you're just going to cut away 15 minutes of this flight, or 10 minutes, whatever it is that it takes in order to get over Lake Michigan. But yeah, if you got a flight plan you want me to include into the video series, let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to fit it in.
7541 Echo 7,400 feet. Cessna November 7541 Echo Chicago Center altimeter 29.902. Continue as planned.
I got reminded to tell myself to add in more.
Airbus 320 contact Chicago Center on 127.0. Good day.
More like AI flights like around us, so we're not the only
Airbus 320.
Flight in
Chicago Center,
in
Airbus
flight.
Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 flight level 270.
If that made sense.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 Chicago Center. Continue to Gale as planned.
Okay, good to know. Okay, we're angling a bit to the left. Autopilot just knows exactly where to go. Okay, this is the longest leg of the entire trip, 164 nautical miles. So that means it's going to be a whole lot of me talking and a whole lot of staring forward and trying to see, okay, this is how long this is going to tick away. Can't exactly speed on it. I mean, we are going 286 in the for the speed. Can't remember if that's knots or miles per hour. I don't know. But yeah, we're going about as fast as aircraft is going to be allowed to go without hearing overspeed in my ear, and I don't feel like hearing that for the next 30 minutes. So yep, 163 nautical miles and counting down. We are well over Lake Michigan, right in the heart of it, right in the middle. Yep. I mean, we got Michigan behind us, we got Wisconsin right in front of us, and all the lake to each side. I do enjoy playing this game. I always have trouble with the landing, trying to learn it as I go, because I'm not going to go through the tutorials. I don't have time to do that. If you have time to do that, hey, good on you, great, that's totally cool, but I just don't have the time to sit there and do the tutorials, so every single landing is somewhat smoother and somewhat more like the passengers are going to be asking for their money back after we land. But you know what? I haven't crashed in any of these full 1 hour flight videos. Now I do say that because I did a few instances where I believe there was a little bit of a glitch on the first ever flight I did, and then the flight out to Key West was not exactly memorable. While it was might have been memorable for other reasons than what I want to remember. But besides that, all of the other airports have had. I've landed. I mean, I'm not going to say I've landed fully on the runway constantly, but I have landed. Yeah, Grand Rapids, that one sucked. I'll just say it. I mean, if you want to see it for yourself, hey, feel free to. It's in the playlist. Minneapolis to Grand Rapids. Take a look for yourself, and you can just go ahead and hear me just complain and complain and complain about that one. So yeah, hopefully landing in Eau Claire is going to be a lot smoother. 148 nautical miles out. Yeah, I kind of talked my way through about 20 of that. Alright, so we're getting closer to the Wisconsin border. Luckily enough, you know, like when I'm looking over my left shoulder a bit, you know, like in that left window, I'm not seeing any more water, so, well, good sign is, you know, like we are actually making progress rather than just seeing pure blue in front of us. The other thing I was going to mention was about for if you had a request for a 1 hour flight for me to do, please don't ask me to do like an international one. Like I had a request like a little while back. I forgot exactly what the airport was that I was even flying into after I got the request. It was during the live stream, and I can't remember where I was landing in. I don't know, maybe Jacksonville or maybe Atlanta. I mean, I can't even remember. But when they asked me to fly to next, they're like, you fly to, it was like some kind of 4-letter code. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. You're going to have to let me know what it is. And they're like, oh, it's in Australia. And I'm like, so this is a 1 hour flight, and I'm flying into, I don't know, Charlotte or something. I mean, I think it was Charlotte, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to rack my brain on trying to figure out which one it was. And I'm like, flying from there to Australia is going to take some time, and that definitely does not fit in the 1 hour flight plan. So yeah, I mean, some requests I can't fulfill because I'm trying to go in a consecutive path from one airport to another. I'm not just doing a random, you know, like say like if I flew from Calgary to Seattle. And then you're like, oh, hey, for the next flight, can you do from LAX to Colorado? And be like, no, I can't. I mean, maybe once I get to LAX, maybe I might be able to do that if it's within 1 hour time. I can't stress that enough about for a 1 hour time.
Airbus 74 X-ray descend and maintain flight level 290.
Okay, that's not me because I'm still at 270. I wouldn't be able to do that anyway for two reasons. One, I'm in Seattle and I'm not in LA, so I wouldn't be able to do that unless if I
maintain flight level 290 Airbus 74 X-ray.
Unless if I was flew into LAX, which that would take some time. That would probably be, I don't know, maybe 3 flights, 2 flights maybe. I don't know how long it would take, but once I get to that area, I'll find out.
Cessna 57 Sierra, contact Minneapolis Center on 125.55. Good day.
But then, of course, when I am, if I get to LAX, if or when, I probably wouldn't even be able to fly out to Colorado.
Cessna 57 Sierra.
I don't know why I'm getting these calls. I don't understand that. Because I can pretty much guarantee that that's not going to be a 1-hour flight. So if you do request that, I'm not going to be able to fulfill it. I might be able to do like a, like, oh hey, I flew into Arizona and then to Colorado, because that might be able to work out, but that might be how it works, or something in between there. There probably has to be some kind of airport in between there. But that's what I'm saying when it comes to making up these videos. Like, I got to figure out what the flight plans are going to be for 1 hour. Okay, we're over Wisconsin now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Whole bunch of rural land. I don't know if I'm going to be flying over Milwaukee, or if it's... Or did I fly over it already? I don't think so. I don't know. Well, I know I could have. I could very well have. Let's go back in here. Let's go take a look at the VFR map and let's see here. I might have. No. I think Milwaukee's here. No, wait. Is that it? No. Boy, I'm stupid. Oh man, I know like ranges of where these cities are, but like if it wasn't listed like right there, like I don't know, I could have just said like, oh hey, like I flew over Milwaukee, but then I'm gonna get a commenter saying actually that was Racine. You don't quite know where your geography is at, and be like, nope, I didn't quite catch that. I mean, like I got in the vicinity, probably in the ballpark, but yeah, I could have very easily missed that one. Maybe I flew over Green Bay for all I know. Or no way, that's even farther north. Yeah, that's farther north. That is... Yeah, I kind of know where Green Bay is at. Never been there, but yeah, KGRB, that's a pretty good indicator of where Green Bay is at. So, yeah, I can't really tell for sure where Milwaukee is at. I know that's Chicago right there, so maybe that is... Maybe that would be where Milwaukee's at. Maybe we did fly right past it. Anyway, just over 100 nautical miles to go in this longest leg of the trip. I just love looking out, seeing all of the amazing view that you get outside of the cockpit. I'm gonna go right back into it. Whole lot of farmland right now when it comes to flying in this area. If there isn't, let me know in the comments. I'd love to be able to know. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, like, correct me, please. Let me know, like, like where certain things are at or what I'm flying over. Last thing I want to do is just, like, like, indicate, oh, hey, I'm over here, but I'm not. That's got to be a city right to our left. Not sure what city. Oh, these long legs here are always like the killer. I mean, you know you gotta do it. You know you gotta fly through it, but it's just, it's like the literally cruising altitude, literally. So the only, I do want to bring this up. I upload these videos in full. Like, there's nothing taken out except like the very beginning and the very ending, where I have like the live stream portion of the video. Everything else is like not edited.
Generic November, tree 431, Mike 9,200 feet. Generic November tree 431, Mike Chicago Center altimeter 29.9er to continue as planned.
Okay, so like I was saying, is that you get to see the full flight with all of these videos, and everything else I end up doing on this channel, you get to see the full thing. I don't edit out anything when it comes to my gameplay, so if I mess up somehow, if I flub up, if I, happen to, say something that is completely wrong, like, for instance, like I could be saying, oh, hey, we're going to be flying over Madison, Wisconsin, and like, no, that's actually like way over here, like I'm not even close to it. I could be flying over it. I don't know. What I'm saying is that you're gonna hear it. You're gonna see it all. There's not gonna be a single portion of it edited out from wheels up to wheels down on these flights. And also when it comes to the other video series that I do, everything is in full. Like I'm not taking anything out. One, I don't have time to edit these videos, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna post it, and if you guys want to watch it, you guys want to watch it. Thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it, and be sure to subscribe if you like the video, and find yourself coming back all the time, or regularly. I do appreciate the support, but also I do know that a lot of people don't have time to watch these full videos. Like they'll just skip through them. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'm gonna balance it out here. I have 87 miles to nautical miles to cover on this. I'm going to talk about something, okay? So if you're one of those people that watch the whole thing straight through, like I'm one of those people too that'll watch YouTube videos straight through. Sometimes I even have it in the background of something, or like I'm really drawn into it, and I really like the video and I really want to see the whole thing. So yeah, if you like me with that when it comes to these videos too, you're gonna hear everything I am saying. You're gonna watch everything that I end up doing. You're not gonna miss out on anything from a gaming standpoint over how all this is played. But if you're the other way around and you just skip through the video, and it's like, okay, this wasn't important, this wasn't interesting, and I'm just gonna skip through it on there. That's all well and done. I mean, that's all well. I can't say anything bad about it too. This is gonna be like, these videos average about an hour. So like if you don't have an hour to sit down and just watch me fly a plane or whatever I do in the other videos, I get it. I mean, like we all live busy lives. Like I do too, which is why I don't post regularly. I try to. I just lost my train of thought. See, like the attention span. Like sometimes the attention span isn't there for an hour, and I understand it. I mean, like I lose track of what I'm saying, like right in the middle of these YouTube videos too. I mean, like it just happens. Otherwise, you just don't have time. You don't have the attention span. Or you just don't want to watch like a full hour-long video. You just want to skip through and see the the meaty parts. I mean, like yeah. I mean, cool. I mean. Hey, all the power to you. There's the patented over the shoulder reverse backwards look. Let's take a look at outside here before I continue my thought. Whoop, hit the wrong button. That's a pretty cool spot. That's a pretty cool shot. Whole bunch of farmland right now. Maybe a few cities off to the side. That's all I'm seeing is a whole bunch of farmland. So yeah, sometimes if you end up skipping through the videos, you may not hear everything I have to say. Which if you don't want to listen to me the whole time, I get it. But sometimes you might miss something that I end up saying, and you completely miss. Like, say for instance, if you think of a flight plan you want me to do in the video, but you skip through it, and I only mentioned it one time, then you're not going to know anything of what I just said, and you'll be like, well, how come he doesn't do this? How come he doesn't do that? It's because you skipped over it. So by not skipping over any of it, one, you give me a lot of watch time. Thank you, by the way. And two, you don't miss out when I end up asking you, oh, hey, what is this city like? Or have you been there? Or you're from there or something? Or even like I said, like if you think of a flight plan for me to do in these videos, you let me know in the comments then. Otherwise, if you skip through it, you're not going to know what it is, and then you'll be like, well, like I said, how is he going to fly into the city that I want him to fly into? And again, that goes back to the whole thing of, if it stays within an hour. But, if you heard me earlier, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And right now, I'm just kind of flapping my gums right now because I still have 62 nautical miles to go. And honestly, I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. Like, share, and subscribe, people, please. Oh, okay, let's go ahead out for a little while here. Got a whole lot of farmland, whole lot of rural area. I do have the high level clouds in because I just love the view it gives you, like the spectacular view between you and the clouds and Earth. Like, it is pretty cool, really cool. I do try to play around with a few of the weather patterns too, like you know, the rain, thunderstorms, some of the like low clouds, or you know, just a cloudy day type of thing. I do kind of like the clouds when you fly through them, but just the textures of them, when, especially when, like, if you're watching it off of YouTube, like, they may not all come out great, and also it does kind of block, like, what the scenery is. Like, high level clouds like this I do like because you can see the entire landscape.
Airbus 320 contact Chicago Center on 133.3. Good day.
Without obstruction from clouds.
133.3 for Airbus 320. Chicago Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 flight level 270.
This would be
Airbus
good.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 Chicago Center. Continue to Milto as planned.
Yeah, I kind of figured that we were fine. I mean, usually if I need to ascend or descend, it usually jumps on me right away without me having to check in with the flight center with ATC. Under 50 to go on this longest leg of the trip. We're just about in the center of Wisconsin. Yeah, see, that would be Madison there. So I was right. It was to the south of us. So yeah, Milto, and then we have Fallon and or Fallon. I'm gonna say Fallon because it's only one L, and then we have the airport itself. So yeah, we're obviously getting closer and closer, but we're definitely at the latter half of the flight. Take a look around us again. I mean, really just a whole bunch of farmland around us. I don't like to look behind us too much because, like, I do see the game start to, like, it skips just momentarily, the frame rate stops, and I don't know, I want a smooth type of, I want a smooth video to showcase to you guys.
Airbus 320, descend and maintain flight level 220.
220, you got it.
Descend and maintain flight level 220 Airbus 320.
I knew it. I mean, I knew we were going to...
320, contact Minneapolis Center on 124.4. Good day.
124 decimal for Airbus 320. Minneapolis Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 is passing flight level 265, descending flight level 220.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray 320 Minneapolis Center. Continue to Milto as planned.
So I'm not too worried right now because we're still way up there. We're still at 26,000 feet. But once we get to the point of, okay, we're between the last leg, or between the last checkpoint and the airport, that's when I stop talking as much and I start panicking ever so slightly in my chest and everywhere else, because that's when I'm like, okay, am I going to land this, you know? And it's perfectly fine if I'm dealing with it, like, virtually, but I can guarantee you I will never be a pilot in real life, because I don't ever want a pilot to be flying me anywhere, or flying a busload of people anywhere, and have it in their thoughts of, am I going to be able to land this one? I don't really think that would be give us any confidence whatsoever. You gotta figure out a way in order to be able to get real companies on the aircraft. You know, I do like this aircraft, but I am getting tired of seeing like the same one like this. I do want to see, like, let's say, like American United, some of those ones. You know, I'm not going to name them all off. I mean, they're obviously not sponsoring this, which I don't expect them to anyway. But I wouldn't mind adding a little more realism to the game, even though it's super realistic as it is. Alright, we're dropping down to 22,000 feet. And we're going to start leveling off here. Alright, the engines have kicked in a bit in order to be able to level the plane out. Still 25 nautical miles to go.
Tree 20 descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
Alright, 16,000 feet now.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet Airbus tree 20.
Still pretty high up there. But now with that descent down to 16,000 feet, you're going to start hearing me go a little less confident and a little more panicky. So 16,000 feet is still pretty high. But probably once we get down to those thousands of feet, that's when we'll be like, okay, alright. We're gonna get it, hopefully get this thing right.
Minneapolis Center, Daughter November 205 tree 5,000 feet. Daughter November 205 tree Minneapolis Center altimeter 29.9 to continue as planned.
Getting close to that 20,000 feet, still have 4,000 to go. Dropping down ever so slightly to that altimeter of 16,000. You can probably start hearing in my voice and in my demeanor that I'm now like, okay, now it's focus time. It's not just, you know, talk to kill time. 16 nautical miles left. That's a far cry from the 116 or 140 some odd nautical miles I had to go when I first started off this leg of the trip. So take a look around us there. Just under 2,000 left from our altimeter. Probably as soon as we get leveled out, it's going to tell me to start descending again. I can already hear it in my head right now. Probably descend to
6 Delta contact Minneapolis Center on 128.6. Good day.
it'll probably be descend to 10,000. What is it? How's it go? I don't know.
Going to 128.6 Cessna 56 Delta.
They'll probably tell me to drop down to 10,000 feet of altitude. Alright, we're within that range of that 300 altimeter point. So it will not be flagged for anything by saying, you know, like I need to descend or ascend to reach the desired altitude. 7 nautical miles left. This has been a long leg. But, you know, that just only means we're going to have 2 more spots left. And that last one is going to be the airport itself.
Airbus tree 20 contact Minneapolis Center on 128.6. Good day.
I'm surprised it hasn't told me to descend more.
Going to 128.6 Airbus tree 20. Minneapolis Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 16,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray tree 20 Minneapolis Center altimeter 29.9 continue to Milto as planned.
What would be 10,000 feet?
Airbus 320 descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Oh wow, 6,000 feet. Well, that's
Descend and maintain
far
6,000
cry from
feet
what I thought
Airbus
was
tree
going to
20.
be. Okay, 6,000 feet. Alright, this next leg is only 30 nautical miles out. Alright, let's take a look at the VFR map. Let's see what we're looking at. Alright, so after this, we're probably going to have to start setting up for the approach, as we already are descending. And that's when I start getting really nervous. $15,000, 9,000 more to go. Have you noticed I'm starting to get a lot quieter? Alright, 14,000 feet. We got it underneath this whole that's just a whole bunch of rural land. I don't even know if that's farmland or if that's just, you know, just nature itself. About 20 nautical miles to go from this spot, and then we'll be probably at our approach, coming into Eau Claire Airport. I forgot what it's called. Is that Eau Claire International? I'll make sure I get it right on the title screen. We're flying into Eau Claire. That's what I know for sure. $20 nautical miles left exactly. No, that's not the airport right there. I still got one more checkpoint.
12 o'clock, 4 miles at 12,000 feet Airbus V20N. Report them in sight. Cessna 56 Delta traffic in sight.
Alright, we are at 11,000. 5,000 more to go before we probably are told to send more, obviously. And 10,000 feet. Seem to have hit some wind below us. Kind of pushed us a little higher. Alright, back to descending. A little slower than normal. It's definitely a lot slower than what we were doing before. Alright, now we're descending a little quicker. Must have been experiencing either some headwind or some just wind right beneath our wings. Help us lift us up. Under 3,000 to go. It just feels like it's a slow crawl to get down to that 6,000. 7,400. Seem to be hitting some more wind. It's been my enemy as of late when it comes to landing these aircrafts. 7,000 feet. We got 1,000 left to go.
Airbus Tree 20, contact Minneapolis Center on 125 decimal tree. Good day.
125 decimal tree for Airbus Tree 20. Minneapolis Center Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray Tree 20 is at 6,500 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray Tree 20, Minneapolis Center altimeter 29.902. Continue to Fallon as planned.
Alright, so we are within that range.
Airbus Tree 20, you are 2 tree miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect localizer back course runway for approach via VIYUR transition. Cleared to VIYUR.
Alright, that's good to know.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect localizer back course runway for approach via VIYUR transition. Cleared to VIYUR Airbus Tree 20.
Okay, what's that VFR map looking like right now? Alright, so I think... Alright, so I need to keep going... yeah, I need to keep going the way I'm going. 'Cause I think that the runway is a little bit askew, if you know what I mean by, you know, like not askew, but it's perpendicular to where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna continue flying like this, and I think we'll get called. And I think we'll get called over to where the approach line is supposed to be at. Or at least I hope so. Hit the wrong button there. That's what you want to hear from a pilot. So I think that's what this is setting up for me for, is to be able to get the approach. Man, I hope so. My fingers are crossed. This is what I'm always nervous about. I'm not going to keep on hitting that button to see the airport, but every once in a while I am going to. I'm just going to put my trust in this autopilot right now. I don't see any runway in front of me, so that is a good sign.
Cessna 62 X-ray contact Minneapolis Center on 128.6. Good day. .6 for Cessna 62 X-ray.
Let's take a look at that VFR map. Man, I hope this is steering me in the right direction. I really hope it is. I'm like looking on the map right now to see if there is a runway. Runway starting to get behind us now, I think. Oh yeah, be kidding me. I think that was it. I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Ah, yeah, be kidding me. All right, we're gonna take over. I think that's the airport there.
Zero, descend and maintain 2,900 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,900 feet, Airbus tree 20.
We're going to circle back because I think it's flying me right to the airport, and then we were going to start circling the airport, and I don't want to do that. So now we're going to be battling this wind for the rest of the time being. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Generic Niner 48, contact Minneapolis Center on 126.45. Good day.
Man, I love it how this game is like does not like me when it comes to the end of these flights.
126.45 for generic Niner 48.
And see, I just don't understand like why I get hit with wind now. Like, now I have to fight the wind for the rest of the time being.
Minneapolis Center, Cessna November, tree 756 Delta, 7,600 feet. Cessna November, tree 756 Delta, Minneapolis Center, altimeter 29.92. Continue as planned.
Just trying to be able to strategize, like I gotta get around, I'm gonna have to get the plane around this little waypoint before I can start making that descent. Autopilot's nice until it doesn't work for you. Alright, 7 nautical miles out from this point now. I gotta remember every time I do this one is that when to start setting up for the approach, I need to like take over, because otherwise it's gonna fly me the same thing to Miami. It's gonna fly me right to the airport, but then I am going to I just got attacked by wind. It's just gonna take me right over the airport. Then I'm gonna circle around it. Okay, now I gotta turn all the way around again. Why didn't you just give me that waypoint to begin with? That made no sense.
Daughter 764, contact Minneapolis Center on 128.6. Good day.
Where's this thing at? Okay, it's really behind me. Gotta fight the wind.
128.6 for Daughter 764.
I mean, I really hope that the airplane companies or flight companies are not looking at my application when it comes to these videos, because they would be laughing their butts off at this. I did not do that. I did not do that. Alright, now I'm going to tell it to descend. Come on, descend. Oh, why did it do that? Why did it do that? That wind just does not like me that well. It does not like me.
$2,500.
Wow. Wow, that really hit me.
$2,500.
That's great to know. That's great to know. I mean, like, I'm not getting that low right now. This wind just hates me. It really does hate me. It's trying to line me up with the runway, which is great now. Come on, come on. Where am I going here? Where are you sending me to? I level out, then the wind just hits me. Okay, I'm gonna drop down this to 25 and recorrect the plane direction. It just seems like I'm just circling right now. That's because you are, Kyle. I mean, it's probably doing that so it can line me up with the runway. Man, I hope I'm right. I'm gonna try to drop this thing down at 2,000.
Airbus Tree 20 climb and maintain 2,700 feet.
Climb and maintain 2,700 feet, Airbus Tree 20.
No, I'm good at 2,000. I'm good at 2,000. We're really having a hard time finding the airport, aren't we? Good thing I still have a half a tank of fuel.
Airbus Tree 20, you are 8 miles southwest of Kilo Echo Alpha Uniform. Contact tower on 118.575 when inbound.
Tower on 118.575, Airbus Tree 20. Tower Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray Tree 207 miles southwest inbound, localizer back course runway for approach.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray Tree 20 tower. Altimeter 29er.9er 21271 at 6. Cleared localizer back course runway for approach. Airbus Tree 20, wind 271 at 6.
Approach,
Cleared
approach.
to land runway 4.
Cleared to land runway for Airbus Tree 20.
Yeah, that's the part where I always get nervous about.
1,000.
Seem to be doing alright, but then the wind just hits me. Oh my god, can I just level? Can I level, please? Come on.
$500. $400.
Why on earth are you swinging? Why are you swinging like this? Come on. We're almost there. We're almost there.
$300. $200. $100. 60, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Airbus 320 contact ground on 120.925.
I will admit, not the best landing, but it was better than my previous one.
Airbus 320.
Oh, I was so nervous. So freaking nervous. Okay, we have landed. We've landed in Eau Claire. I gotta exit the runway. I still don't know how to properly use the rudders. Might as well get off of this little taxiway here and get onto the other part of the runway. Not runway, but you know what I'm talking about.
Kilo Echo Alpha Uniform Airport Information, Sierra 1800 Zulu. Wind 27.
Trying to find taxiing options to get to the gate. I don't know if there is actually one in this one or not. Ground services. Nope, back to clearance. Taxi to parking. Don't really think that there is anything for this.
Kilo Echo Alpha Uniform Airport Information Tango 180.
Trying to find what I can use to be able to get to a gate. Well, I don't want to depart.
Ground Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray Tree 20 request taxi for touch and go with Tango.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-Ray Tree 20 taxi to and hold short of runway 22 using taxiway Bravo, cross runway 22 Alpha cross runway 22 Bravo. Contact tower on 118.575 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 via taxiway Bravo, cross runway 22 Alpha Airbus Tree 20.
Okay, that's not what I wanted.
Kilo Echo Alpha Uniform Airport Information Tango 1800 Zulu. Wind 271 at 6.
There you go, a little bit faster here. Well, I don't think I have anything here, so I'm just going to go the exact opposite way it's telling me and then be able to end this video. Because I have landed in Eau Claire, I don't want to take off anywhere. This is obviously not an airport for like a commercial jetliner like this. That's probably why I'm not getting a gate clearance. Alright, we're going to go into the yard a bit. We might be able to turn this whole aircraft around. It's just me that's messing around now. Okay, it looks like there's no actual gate I can go to. So I think that's where this might have to end up, you know, being where I leave off everything. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to have to leave this at here. Let's go into the cockpit. Let's go ahead and end this. Let's go ahead and... turn that parking brake on. Yep, I know the parking brake's engaged because we're gonna stop it right here. We're gonna turn off the engines. We're gonna turn off the fuel pumps. We're gonna turn this off. Turn this off. That's all inoperable. Okay, and then we're gonna turn off the battery. Alright, so this plane has gone cold. I'm not at an actual gate, but there's no gate. So we're going to have to leave it at that. Okay, yeah, I know parking brake's engaged, I know. Okay, I'm going to hit the escape button here. That's what we're going to be looking at for the time being. Well, that was a flight from Grand Rapids to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the flight, even though I couldn't get a gate. This is not a type of a airport that would support a commercial aircraft like this. So, well, lesson learned. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kyle. It's been Kyle Plays Games. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the video in the comments down below. And if you'd like to watch any of these videos happen live, link is in the description down below for my Twitch channel. And if you'd like to not miss out when I go live, be sure to follow along on Twitch as well. Do whatever you need to do on that end. And if you'd like to help contribute to this channel in various other ways, there are a few links in the description as well. And if you do contribute in those ways, I will in turn add your username to the end screen of future videos to show that you support the channel and show that I recognize your support. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. It helps grow the channel out tremendously when you do that. Hit that like button if you like it. Comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. And I hope to see you in the next video.